Today, we're keeping it local with recipes celebrating the Sunshine State. A cool, crunchy ramen salad, ruby red roasted beet hummus, and Mexican street corn, but without the mess. I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is the show where we transform humble ideas for dinner into Dinner DeeAs. Our guest today is food journalist Dalia Colón. She's the producer and host of the Zest podcast, a must-listen for Florida foodies. And now she's put together a book of over 100 recipes showcasing our state's homegrown food in the Florida Vegetarian Cookbook. And we're getting a sneak peek at some of the recipes today because first up, a cool, crunchy ramen salad. And it looks like we're gonna have already some fun crushing it?
We're gonna crush it today, Jeff. You and I are gonna crush it. We both have a 7-year-old boy.
Yep.
And this is a perfect task for kids.
Isn't that the fun thing about food is when you find the right recipe to engage the family can have fun, and you let them have that process of just introducing them slowly into the bigger stuff, but the small stuff is what's really the impactful piece because let's have some impact on this.
Let's have some impact. So this is great because it gives you the flavors of ramen without the heat. In Florida, it's very rare that we actually get to enjoy a bowl of soup.
Sure.
And this is something that you can make ahead of time. I know you're thinking ramen, like what am I in college? But you actually can use this ramen to give the salad a nice crunch.
Perfect.
So I want you to do the honors and just kind of go to town.
Right.
You got some stress you
I love this though. This is like really like I'm ready to go. Like I'm just gonna let it, and then it's like, all right, hey, this. Go.
Just go ahead, let out your aggression. This is a safe space. Bam.
Boom.
Just like that. And while you're doing that, I'll add some of the other veggies.
Perfect.
You can add whatever you got in your fridge. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's looking good. You want to dump that in the bowl there?
I certainly can.
So we have this green cabbage. Purple cabbage is also really pretty in this.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that would be a really nice touch.
Yeah, and you can make it ahead of time. The thing about all the recipes we're showing you today is that they can be made ahead of time, and you can even serve them at room temperature, so you're not wasting fridge space, you're not wasting oven space. Very little heat involved in any of these recipes. So again, it's kid friendly. Do you want to add some broccoli?
I certainly can.
Chop it up.
I certainly can.
Yeah, little pieces.
You like just add the florets?
Just, well, I don't know. You're the chef. You tell me.
Hey, it's your recipe. I want to do justice to your recipe here.
Teach me your ways. So we're gonna throw in, and you can use literally whatever veggies you've got, which is the nice thing about this. So this ramen here that's in the bowl, we actually just took from like the cheap little ramen packets.
Okay.
Get rid of that disgusting, salty little sauce flavor packet.
Okay.
You don't need it. We're adding our own
salt,
dressing.
all the MSG, just giving us that crunch. You
It's
just
like
want the noodle.
300% of your daily value of sodium. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
We're not, no.
This is the healthy alternative, but still having that, that flavor to it. What's the inspiration of this dish?
I was just thinking about all the great produce in Florida.
Okay.
And how you can incorporate it into a salad that's not a traditional salad, because that can be kind of boring.
Okay.
And also something that's good to take with you, that you could pack in your lunch, that you could take to the beach or on a boat or to a picnic. This is one of those salads that actually the meat eaters are gonna want some, so you wanna make a lot of it.
So it matches lifestyle at that point. The convenience in putting it in and having a level of accessibility.
Exactly.
All
so
right.
I'm gonna throw some carrots in here, and the more veggies you put, the more colorful it gets, which is always nice.
We eat with our eyes.
We do. We eat with our eyes first. Absolutely. And so we got rid of that flavor packet. We're going to add our own dressing.
Okay.
So do you want to hand me a couple lemons?
I certainly can.
And maybe the citrus squeezer?
I certainly can do
and
that
while
too.
I do that, maybe you would like to start on some dressing over there.
Okay.
Like, we're going to use olive oil. We're going to use honey. You know, all the things. These knives are so nice and sharp.
Well, we knew that we were going to have the best coming in. We got to have the sharp knives for it there.
I love this place. This is so nice. And I want to tell you, while we're making the dressing, you can throw some salt in there. So I met you at the Epicurean Hotel a few months ago.
That's right.
You were hosting an event. My husband and I were attending. And I came up to you after and I said, you're really good at this. You should have your own cooking show.
You did. And the funny thing about it is in that time period, I was like, maybe we were already in discussions at that point. But it was like a whole no one could know yet. So
you said something really vague like, I'm working on that. And now I'm here in your house.
Exactly.
This
and we're
is
so
amazing.
grateful. And this is a house for everyone to have fun and to enjoy. So that's what it's all about.
That's amazing.
So we're so grateful to have you here.
I don't know how tangy this is going to be. Maybe you want to get your tasting spoon out. Give it a taste. taste. I'm just gonna put 1 lemon in for right now.
So all we have right here is just a little bit of some honey.
Okay.
A little bit of some lemon.
All right.
A little olive oil and just a little salt.
Yeah,
that's
I like
it.
to keep it simple. And you know what? I have a lemon tree in my backyard. My neighbor also has a lemon tree, and I pass by her house every day when I'm walking the dog.
So a little trade.
She doesn't care if I grab a lemon. It's always citrus season at somebody's house.
Okay.
So you can always find a lemon in Florida. What do you think? Too sweet, too tangy? How do we feel?
I'm thinking we put a little, we got with that extra lemon right there.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Boom. I think that's gonna be fantastic because
All
to
right.
get Dalia's recipes for her cool and crunchy ramen salad and have an excuse to wield Thor's tiny hammer, not the mighty hammer, the tiny hammer, without getting the cops getting called, head to dinnerdeeas.com. But I hear you ask, so how can I do that without typing all 15 digits of the web address? Well, looky there, in the corner of the screen there, my friends. That's our QR code. Just open up the camera app on your phone and point it right at it, and a link to us pops straight up.
So
All right.
this is a lot of lemon, but it smells so,
It's so inviting.
fresh and tangy. Inviting. That's a great word for it. And you can put anything in here. You could add some craisins.
Ooh,
you
nice.
could add dates. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like chopped dates. You could even add some roasted veggies. If you had like a roasted, like a sweet potato.
Absolutely.
That would be good in there. I'm gonna add some green onions.
Okay.
And these knives are amazing. I just want to like live here. This is
Actually,
awesome.
you know, I pull out a cot from the back end. That's actually where I do live. This is literally, you guys are literally in the home now. You guys aren't even on the set. You guys are in my home now. At this
You know,
point.
this cutting board is big enough to sleep on.
That's,
so
hey, exactly.
I
just cuddle up like a
crash
little,
right
little
here.
one right there. So yes, exactly.
And then people always ask me as a vegetarian, how do you get your protein? There are so many sources
Mm-hmm.
of protein, but obviously nuts are a great one. So we've got some slivered almonds here.
Okay.
We're gonna let those guys come to the party, and then we've got some roasted sunflower seeds.
Very cool. Very
Which
cool. How long
add
have you
even
been
more
a
crunch.
vegetarian for?
I've been a vegetarian for almost 11 years. I saw a documentary and I went cold turkey, no pun intended.
Truly, you went all in that moment and just went for it.
Absolutely, never ate meat again. But you know what? It's actually a great time to be a vegetarian because with social media and YouTube, there are so many resources. This show,
Totally.
there are a million dinner ideas.
100%. And even for those that are the meat eaters like myself and many of you guys at home that are watching this, it's an alternative.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes like we just need to kind of like shock the gut a little bit, try something a little different. And it's fun to try something different. When we have something like this where it is so inviting by just the colors, the ingredients, the little story behind it as well of what's the inspiration, you just kind of get brought into it. Just say, hey, I'm willing to try it. And you folks should try it because when we come back, how to take the humble hummus from beige to a beautiful, and that's all thanks to this beta vulgaris. That's right, my friends. I know how to use Google. Beats to you and me. That's ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, answering life's eternal question, what's for dinner? Answering the call today is Dalia Colón, host and producer of the Zest podcast and now author of the Florida Vegetarian Cookbook. Before the break, we fought and won in a battle of wills and tiny hammers with a pack of ramen noodles, which got crushed down into a beautiful ramen salad, which now goes into the fridge.
It's going into the fridge, and I know people are thinking, I'm not eating some crunchy ramen noodles. I'm gonna rip my mouth apart.
Totally.
The acidity from the lemon in the dressing will actually soften the noodles.
I
So
love it.
we can let this hang out in the fridge while we start on the roasted beet hummus.
How long would that last in the fridge for?
You could keep it in the fridge for several days, or you could
Okay.
leave it for 20 minutes. That's
Awesome.
the beauty of it.
I dig that part already because, I mean, that's how we're going to be able to zhuzh up a standard side into something special. Because next, we've got ruby red roasted beet hummus coming.
We do.
Love it.
Hummus is a vegetarian's best friend.
Totally.
Yeah, it's
Totally.
great. I actually had some with my lunch today, and the ruby red roasted beets give it just a beautiful color. It turns it into a showstopper.
Okay.
So you can put that on your table. serve it as an appetizer, surrounded by like colorful fruits and veggies or pita chips. Everyone loves it. It's got the earthiness of the hummus.
I love that. Or, you know, again, as an alternative, you know, put this with a nice little turkey wrap. Use that as your spread. Use it something to complement, something that maybe is just that slow introduction into more.
100%, because I've been a vegetarian for over a decade, as we said. I already know what to eat.
Yeah.
I know what my options are. But people who maybe want to transition to a meatless Monday or just a little more of a plant-based diet, there's nothing wrong with putting hummus on a turkey wrap. I am wearing gloves. I don't want to look like I
don't want to
committed.
stain the whole,
Listen,
like, I know.
when you work with beets, your kitchen looks like a crime scene.
It does, but it tastes absolutely spectacular.
It does.
And it's
it tastes
so healthy
really
for
good.
you.
And I'm gonna go ahead and peel the skin off of these beets. You can actually keep. I mean, you're a chef. You already know, but you can keep the greens.
Yeah, don't throw them
What
away.
would you do with those?
I mean, you could put this into a nice little bit of a beautiful salad. You can wilt it down. You can saute it. I mean, you can have a lot of fun with this because if you want this unbeatable recipe, Dalia is. It's too late to add like to the cookbook a little bit. If we can get the book pulped and reprint it and add my little dad joke into it.
Oh, we have to have the dad joke. Yes, you know what? We've got some. You know what? I shouldn't even talk because there is a recipe in there called Just Beat It brownies.
Ooh, come on now.
And it's got beets in the actual dessert. My husband took them to work and they gobbled them right up. So you can actually sneak some fruits and veggies into all kinds of
Fantastic,
things.
because the recipe is in her new cookbook, the Florida Vegetarian Cookbook, but we also have it. And a link to the book over at our website, dinnerdeas.com, is where you can find it. Just scan that QR code to head right there. And look, all we're going to be just doing is just peeling that right now and then just doing a nice little bit of
We're going to peel these bad boys. We are going. I'm going to go ahead and chop the. You're not wearing the gloves. So.
You know, hey, I actually might too because I'm going to follow suit because I might get a little, little manicure or something afterwards.
Oh yeah.
I want to look good for it there.
Mani pedi.
I don't want them to come into me and be like, "What are you doing today, man?"
I'll go with you.
Deal, come on.
So you're going to go ahead and chop those.
And we're just doing like just a nice little rough chop here.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because they're going to be roasted, 400, 425, something like that. People can get the exact recipe on the website. And then you just kind of want to put a fork in them, and when they start to feel a little tender, that's how you know they're done. And this is great because you're cutting them small. Yeah. So they'll cook even faster.
Bingo.
Which is awesome. Yeah, and then we're just going to drizzle a little olive oil on there.
And do you put any kind of salt, pepper onto it as well?
I put salt for sure.
Salt for sure.
Yeah,
okay,
and then we'll probably add more. You got to taste the hummus.
Come on now.
Definitely salt, right?
You
I'm gonna go
have
ahead and drizzle some olive oil, and obviously you would use more than this. But we're just making a little
just
a little something for our TV
right
friends. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna sprinkle some salt.
Perfect. You do that part. Boom.
Yeah. So we're gonna roast that in the oven.
Perfect. Can I bring these over to the oven?
Absolutely.
Very cool.
And through the magic of television,
boom.
We've got some already ready. Look at that.
See, I like little swap action. It's just like one go in, one come out.
Absolutely. So these guys they're looking happy. They actually smell really sweet. Yeah.
I'm feeling one already.
Yeah. And even people who don't like beets would like this.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead, throw everything in there.
I love it.
Okay, now who else is coming to the party? If it's hummus, it's got to have tahini, which is just like a fancy way of saying toasted sesame seeds. So tahini's going in there. It's kind of like the consistency of peanut butter.
Yep.
Yeah, and it kind of has no flavor. So you can do whatever you want with
You can just keep adding to it there.
It's like a little black dress. You could dress it up. You could dress it down.
You need to have it, but it just can even dress up just that like a little bit, and it just goes all the way.
Sure. And then of course we got to have garlic.
That's a staple.
Yeah, you want to throw some in there?
I would absolutely love to.
Maybe a little more salt.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and put that.
Love it.
And you could do this in the blender if you don't have a food processor.
Okay.
Gotta have chickpeas.
Boom. Now we already drained these, and these are gonna go straight in.
We did.
Okay.
And then it wouldn't be the zest without some lemon. You know what? You can make a hummus, even if it's not the fancy one with the roasted veggies. You could do other veggies too.
Totally.
You could do like a pepper or something.
I love it with a roasted red pepper.
You can whip this up like 5 minutes before company comes, and you'll be a hero.
Oh, and totally. And like these are staple ingredients that like the tahini is very shelf stable.
Yep.
So you can be able to have that ready to go forth. Chickpeas you can be able to have shelf stable. You already have olive oil. You probably already have some lemons around the house. Garlic is right there for it there. So yeah, absolutely. In a quick pinch when it's just like, hey, they're on the way. I didn't bring any anything to the table, now you got something really quick and easy.
For sure, and you can just serve it with crackers or something like that if you don't have any raw veggies. And the lemon, smell that. That's how you know you're in Florida. The lemon makes everything taste fresh. So you know how sometimes you serve something that's like a lot of canned stuff or whatever, but then just a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
We'll brighten it up a long way.
Exactly. So how about a drizzle of olive oil?
Sounds like a plan. And now this is just one of many recipes that are inside the cookbook.
Yes, there are over 100 recipes in the cookbook.
Over 100.
You won't be bored. And it's funny because I don't know about you, when I'm just cooking regular dinner, it's like that same couple of recipes in the rotation. Pasta night, chili night. This is over 100 recipes, everything from breakfast to entrees to desserts, drinks, snacks, sides, appetizers. So a little something for everybody, and you could do a whole vegetarian meal, or you could just have this as one component to go along with whatever else you're serving.
I love it. Our Floridian food odyssey continues after the break when Dalia shares her method to make Mexican street corn, but minus the mess. That's ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, and our ideas for dinner for you today are all fresh from Florida and straight from the pages of the new Florida Vegetarian Cookbook. Its author is podcaster, journalist, TV host, and actual vegetarian Dalia Colón. Today, we had a smashing time together making a cool and crunchy ramen salad, and before the break, we cooked up a ruby red roasted beet hummus, which looks absolutely beautiful because during the break, we brought it all together, and look at that color. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And last but not least, though, we're making a Mexican street corn salad.
That's right. So who doesn't love Mexican street corn?
It's one of my favorites.
It's a street food. Maybe you get it wrapped in foil. It's dripping with like buttery goodness and all that, but it is kind of a hot mess. Other problem, you can't really share a corn on the cob with somebody.
It's a little awkward.
It's a little intimate.
Exactly. And if you're having this for a dinner party or something, it makes it a little awkward on that one. Like who's taking that side? Who's taking that? Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's like a Lady and the Tramp situation.
I ain't having that with a corn on the cob.
We ain't having that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some fresh from Florida corn.
Okay.
We already went ahead and took this off the cob. You could use frozen if life gets in the way sometimes, but if you can get your hands on some fresh corn, even better. And then we're just gonna combine it with all the flavors that you would love of like Florida's Latin and Mexican communities. So we've got cilantro, of course.
Wonderful.
Jalapeno. Do you like spice?
I do.
Okay, I don't mean to get jalapeno business, but we're just gonna put some in there. That was a dad joke.
That was the dad joke right there.
Okay, and then garlic,
points on the scoreboard.
Obviously,
Perfect.
and some red onion. And then if you wouldn't mind just making the quick dressing, it's gonna be a mayo-based dressing.
Cool.
You can get vegan mayo. You can keep this dish completely vegan, which means no animal products. Little secret, I don't even like mayonnaise, but in this dish, when you combine it with the lime juice and the paprika and the chili powder, it somehow works. So don't be scared if you don't like mayo. It's gonna be fine.
This is the way to do it.
Go ahead and toss this, and then you can just whisk all that together. And then obviously you can give it a little taste. Now in the previous salad that we made, we had honey in the dressing. People may be thinking, ooh, that's gonna be too sour for me.
Sure.
But the corn is already sweet.
Yeah.
So once you let it sit a little bit, you could serve it immediately or let it sit for a while, and the sweetness of the corn is gonna make everything okay.
I dig that because it's balance. You're finding balance in this.
Yeah, so you wanna go ahead and drizzle that on here?
Just that there.
Oh yeah. Right. Now we're in business.
Look at that all come together.
Yes, and if you really want to go for the bonus points, you could add some chopped grape tomatoes in there to give it a little extra color. As my mom would say, pretty enough to serve to company.
And a little bit of acidity to serve with. And I mean, again, this is just one of, how many recipes did you say?
Over 100 recipes.
Over 100.
In the
book. What should we be looking for in this book? Walk us through a few of these recipes. I think we got some photos here.
Sure. So this is a buffalo cauliflower. It's got panko breadcrumb crust. You can make this for a Super Bowl party.
Totally.
You can make this for just like a night, watching TV or movie night. And it's almost like a chicken wing.
Absolutely.
That's the consistency. My husband, Braulio, absolutely loves this. And then, of course, we had to pay homage to Tarpon Springs with a spanakopita, which is kind of like a Greek take on lasagna, and it's got the spinach. You could use vegan cheese products if you preferred.
Very cool.
And so we've got over 120 recipes. Speaking of cheese, I put a little more cilantro on the salad, and then if you really
I do
want
love that.
if you really want to just go for like the bonus points, you could do some cotija cheese on top.
Yep.
A little sprinkle, but you can also keep it completely vegan.
And
you
not have
don't
it-
need the cheese.
Okay.
You don't need it. It's just a nice
I
little.
appreciate you putting the cheese in for me today. I love cheese, and cotija cheese is one of my favorites, and this is a dish that I'm always running to, so I'm very excited with this to come together.
Okay, well, I'm excited to taste it.
Absolutely, because for all the recipes that Dalia has been making today, head over to dinnerdeas.com, and while you're there, let us know if you made anything from the show, because that's exactly what Tanya from Riverview did. She made the black and tan chili from Chef Sean Ekman at Yinling Draft House and Kitchen. She says, I followed your recipe exactly, and it was a huge success. It has a nice kick. Who doesn't love that part of it all? Because one final break before we dig in, my friends, because we're going to taste test what we've made today and give you our verdict ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Today, we've been keeping it local with recipes from the Florida Vegetarian Cookbook. It's by my guest, Dalia Colón, who's been sharing 3 of the 100 plus recipes in the book. We've made a cool and crunchy ramen salad, a ruby red roasted beet hummus, and a Mexican street corn salad. A link to her Florida food podcast, The Zest, and to order her new book are at our website, dinnerdeas.com, along with all of her recipes from today's show. Just scan the QR code to get there. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Diaz.